When I came to this country, Aparna was 3 years old. When I started to teach, my mother noticed that Aparna was learning all those pieces by herself, watching, and Aparna needed no encouragement. She just took to it like duck to water. And then when Ashwini was born 6 years later, we met our teacher, Alarmil Valli, the great dancer, and the two of us became students together. So I was 29 when I met her. And I said, I will start from the beginning because I have never seen a dance like this and I will never have this opportunity. We became students together. So it's a special relationship. If I'm the root, she's the trunk of this organization.
Ragamala is a dance company based in the South Indian classical form of Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam has ancient roots, yet it absorbs the nuances of each practitioner. It changes with each person and is passed down very carefully in a lineage. I've always loved it. I have always wanted to practice it very deeply. It's also been a very strong point of connection between me and my mother, and it keeps me connected to a place I feel is home. And so when one is able to pursue something they love in a very genuine state, it feels very rare. And I feel very fortunate.
I was literally born into this dance company. It was started by my mother, Ranee, in 1992. Since I could remember, there has been music and dance and artists in our lives. So it's been a really integral way for me to connect with being Indian because I was born and raised here in the United States. And that can be a confusing experience, especially when your friends and people around you don't really understand the culture you come from. So through dance, you're able to really educate people about this culture in a very unique way that is entertaining as well as educational.
I happen to have a family where we are all deeply in love with one art form. What family offers you is a very safe sounding board, and that is a very rare thing. Creating art can be very isolating, and so to have people who you love and trust around you while you're doing so, it can be incredibly heartwarming and frustrating and challenging in a wonderful way.
I grew up in a culture where dance was not allowed after a certain age. So I had to quit. My whole life was planned. My dad was a scientist, but he checked with the astrologer before everything was done. So the astrologer said I would get married at a certain age, that I would have this many children, and that's it. There was no future. If I had lived in India, that would have been a full stop for my life, except be a housewife and a mother. But coming here gave me an opening. I believe in destiny, because you can plan as much as you want, but destiny waits for you. And I got this opportunity to study from the world's best artist and then to do it with my children. Every day when I practice, I am alive and I think, oh my God, I have this opportunity to do this. All of the opportunities in life has come to me through dance. And so I want to give it the best and I want to work on it until I die. And I think that's my passion.
Hello, my name is Aparna Ramaswamy. I am co-artistic director of Ragamala Dance Company. We are based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We were so happy to perform with Lincoln Center Education this past year. We did several performances and 2 different visits, and so we really enjoyed meeting the teachers and the students at the performances. So we are so happy that we're able to connect with you in this way. During this time of the pandemic, when we've all been isolated, it's been really wonderful and uplifting to be able to work with my family and talk about the projects that we're working on and figure out how to isolate and do them separately at home. So during this time, I've been working on some solo pieces and I've been working on my technique as well. I would like to show you one of the pieces that I have been working on. It was taught to me by my teacher. Her name is Alarmil Bali, and she lives in Chennai, India. This piece is called a Thillana, and you'll see that the dance very closely mirrors the music. It has very complex rhythms. It has a joyful quality that is mirrored in the dance. So thank you so much for watching.
co-artistic director of Ragamala Dance Company. In this company, we work as a family, myself and two daughters, Aparna and Ashwini Ramaswamy. I'll be doing a short piece that I've been working on during this COVID lockdown time. And the piece is about the river Ganges. The river Ganges in India is one of the holiest rivers for the people who live in India. And they believe that the river comes from the head, the curly locks of Shiva, who is a Hindu deity. So this piece describes the origins of the river and how, and also about the deity Shiva, who holds the moon on his curly locks and is covered with sandalwood paste that makes him cold. So the dancer who is talking to the deity saying, how do you bear this cold? Maybe come live in my heart, which is filled with troubles, suffering, which makes it warm. So come live in my heart and I will keep you warm. That's the piece. It is called Maulav Ganga. Maulav Ganga means the Ganga that comes from the head of Shiva.
Ganga, 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 Maula, Ganga, Shashanka, Karacharanadale, Ganga, 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 Shashankam, Karacharanadale, 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 Sheetalanga, Sheetalanga, Bhujanga, Sheetalanga, Bhujanga, Vame Vagedayadra, Vame, 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 Vage, Vame Vagedayadra, Himagiritanaya, 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 Chandanam, 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 Chandanam. सर्वगा सर्वगात्रे 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 इत्थं शीतं प्रभूतम् इत्थं शीतं प्रभूतं तव कनकसभानाथसोढुं क्व शक्तिः 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 चित्ते 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 निर्वेदतप्ते यदि भवति न ते यदि भवति न ते नित्यवासो 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 नित्यवासो
Hello, my name is Ashwini Ramaswamy, and I am a student of Ranee and Aparna Ramaswamy, who are the co-artistic directors of Ragamala Dance Company. They are also my mother and sister. I am a principal dancer with Ragamala, and I am a choreographic assistant with the company as well. Mainly during this time of COVID, I've been working on my technique and getting deeper into the classical pieces that have been taught to me by our teacher in India, Srimati Valli. And this time has been really important to kind of go inward and think about the principles of our dance form, and just to use this time without as many distractions to improve from the inside out. So a piece that I'm going to share with you, an excerpt from a piece that I have been focusing on during this last few months, is called Shankara Srigiri, and it is a piece about the great Lord Shiva, the divine being who in Hindu mythology is said to be the world's first dancer. And this piece shows the rhythms of his movement as mirroring the very rhythms of the universe itself. And there's kind of two different things happening in this piece. One is showing the dance of Shiva himself, and the other is showing the devotee as they watch this magical kind of life-changing dance of Shiva. So this is something I have learned. I learned it in 2013 and have been slowly working on it, and have been focusing during this time on Shankara Srigiri.
Shankara Sri Nath Prabhu ke Nrita Virajita Chitra Sabha Shankara Sri Nath Prabhu ke Nrita Virajita Chitra Sabha Shankara Nath Prabhu ke Nrita Virajita Chitra Sabha Shankara Nath Prabhu ke Nrita Virajita Chitra Shruti Gati Raje Tatai Tatai Shruti Gati Raje Takkadimmi Takkajunnu Takkadimmi Takkajunnu Takkadikadakadam Ta Takkadikadakadam Ti Takkadikadakadam Tatai 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 Shruti Gati Raje Karita Tanaka Junnu Tata Karita Tanaka Junnu Tate Karita Tanaka Junnu Tati Kitatam Tati Kitatam Tatai Tatai Shruti Gati Raje Takita Takadimi Takita Takajunnu Takita Takadimi Takita Takajunnu Takita Takadimi Takita Takadam Takita Takadam Tatai Takita Takai Shruti Gati Raje Tattong 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 Takadimi Tadinganato Takadimi Tadinganato Takadimi Tadinganato Tatai Takita Takai Shruti Gati Raje Takadimi Takadimi Tadin Tadin Takadimi Takadimi Tadin 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 Takadimi Takadimi Tadinganato Tatinganato Tatinganato Tatai